Hello and welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot and today's pick a card reading, Who's Your Next Lover? Today we're going to be taking a look at the character and energy surrounding your next lover, the connection the two of you share and how they may be coming into your life, and we're going to be looking at timing to see when this connection might pop off for you. So take a moment. Sit back, relax, take a deep breath, and allow your attention to come to the three piles in front of you. Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3. Let your intuition pull you or guide you to the pile that speaks to you the most. And don't forget to stay to the end of your pile's reading so you can also watch the zodiac pulls to see what zodiac signs your next lover might be resonating with. Stay tuned. I'll be right back with pile number 1. So let's get right into pile number 1 for the pick a card, Who's Your Next Lover? And we're going to start off with their archetype. We have the animal, wow, along with their court card energy, Prince of Swords, interesting, resonating with the Two of Wands and the Page of Swords. All right, so what's the connection here? What's the energy between the two of you? The ring, I love that. That's a strong energy. Page of Wands along with that Eight of Pentacles, unconventional relationship, right? A rebellious relationship even. What's the timing here? We have take action along with Spirit of the Dwelling Place and Spider Spirit. Interesting energy there as well. All right, folks, let's just jump right into it. This is really a powerhouse connection here coming in for you. The animal. The animal is someone who's instinctual, they're earthy, they're wild. They, they love to have dirt under their nails. They love to be barefoot. The animal is that really raw, instinctual side of ourselves, completely unrefined. And then this person as well, at the same time with that animalistic sort of archetype, core archetype, resonates with a Prince of Swords personality type. So this is someone who is definitely brash. They might be a little bit impulsive, add that animalistic nature to them. On the one hand, they want to act instinctively based on their desires, right? And on the other hand, they think a lot. They're thinking as soon as they think they have a good idea, they act on it. So you're dealing with somebody who is, they're very active, right? This person is very changeable in a lot of ways. I think they go through some very massive mood changes or mood combinations, right? That sort of active, disruptive energy of the Prince of Swords. The Prince of Swords can be very, quick to think that he or she is correct, right? And to act on those assumptions. A lot of times they get things wrong, right? They're just impulsive. They're very, very impulsive, but they're impulsive based on that quick mind that they're thinking all the time. And yet this person is going to have this instinctual raw energy that surges them on. Two of Wands and Page of Swords. So right now, it's interesting. They're ready for a new change. They're ready to move forward. They want to expand. They want to take the next step in some area. They have a lot of passion and a lot of sort of forward momentum. And yet, Page of Swords indicates that there's a little bit of a shyness here. They're only just now starting to get their confidence. And certainly as it comes to you, this person may already be watching you from a distance. Let's begin to get some clarifiers. They may already be thinking about you from, afar, having seen you at some point. What flipped over? Nope. Four of Wands, 11 card. Yeah, this person is thinking about you. They desire... Oh, too many cards. They desire something with you, but the confidence isn't wholly there. Again, when we talk about them feeling very instinctual and passionate and sort of from their gut, something is drawing them in, but they're up in their head. So they have this passion, this fire, they desire it. Four of Wands is strong, and yet they're still thinking about it. They still want to be absolutely sure. I got two cards, 10 of Pentacles and a Knight of Wands, more fire. Once they're sure, it's going to come in nice. Once they're sure, it's like, this is a, I'm looking ahead. This is a karmic connection. It's faded. Once they're sure, it's like the the satisfaction, the coming together of everything with that 10 of Pentacles is going to be very powerful. They're definitely going to act on it, right? So this is, as I said, they are impulsive. They generally do leap before they look. But in this scenario, because it means so much to them, because it has something to do with a love connection, they're going to hold back a little bit and wait. Now, what is the connection here? The ring. The ring is all about commitments. It's also all about soul ties, contracts, previous love contracts, soul ties, cyclic connections, cycles. There's a feeling here that the two of you are destined. You're already tied to each other, right? I want to pull a moon card. I'm going to pull my moon card for the extended. There's a couple of cards I want to pull for the extended reading. Because I just feel like this is a very strong energy, a deeply rooted energy in past lives, right? So this person you've known before, maybe not in this life. This is the moon card for them. Maybe not in this life, but there's a karmic connection. Now, for some of you, this may indeed be someone you've already been with before, and the cycle is coming back around. But that ring, with that Page of Wands and that Eight of Pentacles, it's an unconventional relationship. It does require work. You two may have been here before. You may have been around, in certain cycles with each other before. There's something rebellious about this connection, something very unconventional. It requires work, right? The two of you, Eight of Pentacles, there's a lot of work that needs to be put in. It could very well be that this relationship is at a new stage, ready to sort of go into a second cycle or a new cycle, depending on how many cycles you've been in with this person. I want to pull some love cards as well. Then I'm going to pull some more clarifiers for the extended. Yeah, this is a nice reading. It's a very heavy connection, a heavy connected reading, but it definitely feels as though this lover coming in, your next lover coming in, is coming in exactly at the right time that they're supposed to. This is not just another lover. This is a soul tie coming into your life. Let's put that little feather on there. This is a soul tie coming into your life. A contract that you may have made already in a previous life or early on, right? The two of you knew you were going to come together, even if you haven't been together yet. This beautiful Four of Wands energy, I keep looking over at it, 1111 card. It's something to celebrate, something strong and powerful, something secure. It isn't just about the connection being so good and so fitting so perfectly. It's also about the security and soundness. This happens when two people who not only fit very well together come together with the right timing. Timing has so much to do with it as well. Two people can fit together, but if they are not both simultaneously exactly at the right time in their lives to make this connection properly fit and work to move forward, it can take a couple of times around before they actually make it happen. Those relationships that you break up, you get back together, you run into each other, you kind of almost hook up, but then you miss, and it's like, these are all timing issues. And so let me pull another clarifier for this reading on your connection and how the two of you are going to come in. Now, we know there's a lot of work that needs to be involved, and there's a lot of courage. I would say the two of you make an effort. There's like a concerted effort to talk to each other or to be with each other. You may have already met. Wow. Okay, lovers. And I have to be careful with that card because YouTube doesn't like nudity. So whenever lovers comes out, I have to cover it up. I don't want to get into any trouble. But you got the lovers card. So the two of you, I believe, in this connection, your next lover, two of you already know each other. You've already met. But there's effort that needs to be put in. So now if the two of you don't have any kind of love connection just yet, there's going to be some effort that needs to be put in. Your person definitely needs to work up their courage, their confidence, and not even so much their courage, but they want to be sure. So again, they may be watching. They know that they're impulsive and they don't want to act impulsively, right? They don't want to act impulsively. I'd like to get another card for this reading. I want to get the initiation archetype to see what stage is this soul tie initiating into, because I do feel like this is a very strong karmic connection that you have with this person. And we are going to leave that for the extended as well. And then we need just a little bit of advice from spirit that we will pull for this connection as well. And that's going to be for the extended. And then I'm going to move on to the timing. Don't forget to stay until the end, where we're going to be pulling the zodiac runes to see what zodiac signs this person might be resonating with. This is definitely a soul tie, a soulmate connection that is coming in exactly when it was meant to come in, right? Exactly when the two of you agreed that this would happen. So you're, buckle up, right? Lovers, the two of you are clearly already lovers. So again, if this is a new connection with them, you already know them, you already met them. This is not somebody coming into your life that is a total stranger. At the stage that you come to this reading, you've already met this person and you know this person. For some of you, you're already in, this is the third, maybe even fourth cycle around with this person. But each cycle is getting closer and better and resonating higher. With each cycle that you're with this person, both of you have learned more. Both of you have gotten better at something, or exercise or healed some wound, right? This doesn't feel like a stagnant connection. This connection feels like it does grow. And the two of you do progress and increase and evolve through the connection. And yet there's a cycle here. There's a bond that just can't be broken with that ring. And what does Spirit tell us? Spirit tells us take action. Take action, put the effort in, have the courage, right? For some of you, this person may be somebody you met on the job or through projects or through something it is you do that's very important to you. You already know who this person is. You already know. And yes, Spirit says take action. And this cycle around take action, what else do we have? We have Spirit of the dwelling place and Spider Spirit. Well, Spirit of the dwelling place, is home. Structure, foundation. This cycle around may indeed involve building a home. There is that 10 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, 4 of Wands. That is long-term investment. That is longevity in a relationship and acting on it. So for some of you, this cycle around may be finally putting roots down, building that home or building that foundation, that structure, that I want to say base, right? And Spider Spirit is also at play, of course, as I say, destiny and fate. But of course, we have free will there too, because it's not all just destiny and fate. Free will is there. Destiny and fate are just things that free will has agreed upon ahead of time, right? You still had a plan in your own destiny too. It's just that it was laid out previously. It was an agreement you already made, that that you made in a past life, that your higher level made at some point. And so it feels as though it's from the outside, but it's already an agreement you made. And so therefore, you have fated things, destined things that happened that you chose. Then you also have the aspect of being able to choose in the moment what you do with that. And Spirit is definitely advising you to take action. So let's go ahead. It's time now to go ahead and dive into the zodiac runes. We're going to see what zodiac signs some of you are dealing with. Some of you are dealing with a Cancer. Wow, Cancer energy. Some of you are dealing with that Capricorn, Earth energy, right? Cancer, Capricorn, and we have two more to pull out. Some of you are dealing with that Pisces, that fish, more water energy, one more zodiac to go. We pull 4 for each pile, so we go through all zodiac. Oh, and the third water sign, Scorpio. Okay, so you guys dealing with major water energy, some of you. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and then that Capricorn. So a lot of emotions. Scorpio also being the zodiac sign associated with cycles, right? Regeneration, life and death and rebirth, right? Dealing with karmic cycles, karmic debt. Yeah, so I love it. This is it. Thank you so much. This is the end of pile number 1. I'm going to go ahead and hop over to the extended and dive a little bit deeper. So for those of you who like to go into a deeper message and follow this story a little bit further, you can join me on the extended right now. Otherwise, if you want to become a subscriber, that way you can be notified whenever I upload. You can be notified whenever I add new features to my channels or bonus readings to my channels, whatever I plan, which I have a lot of plans for the future of bringing more content. Please do that. Like the video, leave us a comment, let us know if you're going through this. Or you can also just stay tuned because I will be right back now with pile number 2 for the pick a card, Who's Your Next Lover? So let's jump right into pile number 2 for the pick a card, Who's Your Next Lover, starting with their archetype, the Starborn, and their court card energy, Queen of Cups, along with the Hermit and the Four of Pentacles. Wow. So a lot of caution here, right? A lot of caution. Very destined, sensitive individual. What connects the two of you? The Nectar, along with the Fool. And we have 10 of Wands. So an unburdening, a new chapter, a new journey starting here. And what kind of timing do we have from guidance a year from now? Spirit of the Witch and Demon Spirit. Wow. So remember to stay until the end of the reading when we will be pulling the zodiac runes to see what zodiac signs you may be dealing with in this connection. And don't forget to join me on Saturdays at 5 o'clock for the All Signs Love check-in. But for right now, let's just jump right into your person and their archetype, the Starborn. This is somebody who walks a very destined, fated path, right? The Starborn is an energy and an archetype of somebody who very, very early on in life knows exactly who they're meant to be. They know exactly their destiny, as it were, or their life that they're meant to have. People who remind you of this kind of energy are people who, if you meet them later on in life, it's like, oh, they were always good at that. They were always good at music. They were always a magician. They always did this. We always knew that they would get into, being this or being that or doing this kind of work. This is somebody who is just so much so connected to who they are, and their life that they live is such a representation of who they are that they really just generally have this energy of being completely aligned. This person also resonates with Queen of Cups. She's extremely sensitive and caring and empathetic. The Queen of Cups is very much a counselor in a lot of ways. She's the one that you want to talk to when you're not feeling well or you're trying to figure out, something that's going on that's hurting your heart. The Queen of Cups is the one that you can talk to. She's the one who will counsel you. She's the one who understands emotions. She understands her own emotions, and she brings a level of emotional security to any situation, as long as she's not in shadow, right? Now, this person is also resonating with Hermit and Four of Pentacles. So that just seems to indicate to me that, they have been in a stage recently in their life of self-reflection, being on their own, maybe not even interacting with so many people. This person might be overly sensitive, Queen of Wands, right? It may be a case here that this is the type of person that has to be very careful about being around other energies. Four of Pentacles, they're also very cautious with their time and their money and what they've built. This person is also someone who's probably very frugal. They probably live a very frugal life, a very sort of simple life. I have a feeling here that this person is very grounded and earthy. They may be the type of person who lives a very sort of simple, they don't have a lot of luxuries around them or a lot of amenities, a lot of machines that do things for them. This person's very hands-on, very rustic. I hate to use that word, but yeah, they're kind of rustic, right? They kind of love doing things on their own. They love being in nature, and they really prize what they've worked on. So Four of Pentacles energy indicates that this person really values the things that they have worked for. Wow. Okay. So Page of Wands requires a certain amount of courage for them to step out. I am going to pull, let's start pulling for the extended. Let's pull the Moon card for the extended. See what their deepest desires are. I'm going to see, because in the extended, we like to, for those of you who like to follow the story on a little bit further, you can always join me over there. Put that beautiful feather on there. Now, let's go into the nectar. What connects the two of you? It's the nectar. There is something between the two of you that's extremely sweet and healing, right? Something about the way the two of your energies connect or interact with each other. It's very nice. Like, it's physically nice. There's a lot of aesthetic here. There's a lot of feeling here. The nectar. Nectar is something that, you know, buoys us up. It can heal us. It can invigorate us. It tastes good. It feels good, right? And so, yeah, there's a connection here in as much as that. There's something really nice between the two of you, and yet at the same time you're dealing with somebody who takes a while to come out of themselves. Hermit energy. This person loves to be to themselves, so it's no wonder that we had Page of Wands. There's going to be a certain amount of courage that is necessary for them to open up to you, right? For them to sort of allow themselves to open up to a relationship. Queen of Cups and Starborn. For some of you, I do feel, as I look ahead and I look over the whole spread, I do feel that this person comes into your life much more as a friend or a counselor first. And it isn't until later, quite some time later, and we look ahead at timing a year from now, it takes a while for trust to be built. Let me get clarifier before I go on to the Fool and the Ten of Wands. I want a clarifier on that nectar. What is that nectar all about? What is it that the two of you share? Magician energy, something about the way the both of you communicate and operate, the way you move through life. You really understand each other. And I think that this is rare for this person, especially somebody who resonates with Starborn energy. They're so unique and individual because they are already aligned with their higher selves. You know, they're not searching or finding that path. They already know that path. And it is rare. You know, we always say, you always hear that expression, you're lucky if you know what your passion is. You're lucky if early on in life you already know what it is you want to do. For most people, it can take a long time to find the thing that gives them joy, or the thing that they're good at and talented at and that gives them joy. So I'm going to pull out the Venus card for the extended reading because I want to know the language of love between the two of you. And I'm also going to pull out two love cards here to see what other kind of specific connections are happening in the area of love between the two of you. Again, as I say, I just feel like it's going to take a while. And Spirit confirms that with the timing. So now we get into some more about this connection, Fool and Ten of Wands. So again, as I say, yeah, it's going to take some time because somebody still needs to let go of some baggage. Somebody's still working through a final stage. 10 is a completion, but it's like, it's a relentless kind of like, I've been carrying and carrying and carrying. I just can't stand it anymore. It's that, you know, sick and tired of being sick and tired stage in any situation. And so Fool energy and Ten of Wands, this connection, this nectar, this valuing the nectar between the two of you is going to take one or both of you finishing a current chapter in your life, unburdening yourself of things that you've been carrying around with you that are not going to suit you in this next stage, and being willing to take a leap of faith. Taking a leap of faith and having some courage. Because again, this may indeed be a bit of an unconventional connection because both of you are unconventional and you share that with each other. So you're like a quirky couple together. And that will indeed take some courage, a leap of faith, but it will revolve around a ending of a current chapter. And for your person, it's that coming out of their shell, coming out of this Hermit energy here. Yeah. So I want to pull one more card for the extended, for whatever the connection is between the two of you, I'm going to pull another initiation archetype to see what is the, archetype of this stage of your connection with this person. What is initiating here? And then I want to pull one more card for guidance from Spirit. So we'll pull that and add that to the extended. That will be for the extended reading. I'd love to go a little bit deeper, and that's for those of you who want to follow this story a little bit further and go a little bit deeper. All right, let's go ahead and jump into your timing a year from now. Yes, a year from now. And that's what I'm talking about, because it's going to take perhaps about that long for you or your person or both of you to tie up these loose ends, and at the same time to recognize the nectar that is between the two of you. A year from now, magician energy is there because magician is at play. And when the magician is at play, that means he has a project, he has an objective. There's something he needs to finish. There's something he needs to get done. So you're in that, you're resonating with that energy. There's something that you are putting all of your effort and talent in right now, specific to your path. And the same for your person, your starborn, that each of you are right now dealing with and have to sort of work through. Now, spirit of the witch and demon spirit, this may indeed be some shadow that both of you are working through, right? We have shadow self, magic, psychic, sorcery. We also have tormented fear. So for, again, just healing through the remnants of a previous stage in life, because the both of you are working towards, or about to enter rather, this new connection. This next lever is quite a connection for the two of you, right? You both have such a similar sort of energy and desire, but both of you right now working very much in your own magician stage, working through some shadow self, right? Working through some personal issues, I like to say, right? Working through those personal issues so that you are right and ready for the connection that's coming your way. All right, folks, that is the end. Now we pull the zodiac runes. So don't forget always to stay to the end of your reading so you can see what zodiac signs you're dealing with. And for you guys, it's Taurus. Now, 3 more to come. I'm gonna pull three more signs to pull out for you guys. We have Virgo. More earth energy for you. Yeah. Remember I was saying in the beginning of the reading, this person feels like they resonate with a lot of earth. We have Hermit, which is the card for Virgo in tarot, and 4 of Pentacles, which is more earth energy. And then we have the air sign Aquarius. Okay. One more. And Sagittarius. Some of you absolutely dealing with a Sagittarius. So Aquarius, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Taurus. 2 earth, an air, and a fire. So that might be your sign, your person's sign. It could be anywhere in your chart. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, or Mars. However it resonates for you, take it as it comes. So thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this reading, if you got something out of it, if it resonated for you, leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know if this was your pile. Don't forget to join me on Saturdays at 5 o'clock for the live stream All Signs Love Check-In right after the 4 o'clock. Pick a card, what's next in love for you. I'm going to go over to the extended. So for those of you who like to take a deeper dive into this particular story and message, follow me over there. The link is in the description. Otherwise, you can stay tuned for pile number 3. So let's just jump right into pile number 3 for the pick a card reading. Who's your next lover? And we're going to come right in with their archetype. The Mother, along with their court card energy, Queen of Swords. We have Queen of Pentacles, more divine feminine, and the Knight of Cups. Now, what's the connection here between the two of you? The kiss. Oh, I like this one. 3 of Pentacles and a 6 of Wands, working towards something and a victory swiftly behind it. And what's the timing here? You're ready. You are ready, along with Spirit of Rabbit, fertility, sex, spring, Spirit of Air. Okay, I have a feeling I know what's going on here, but let's just get right into it. Don't forget to stay until the end. We're going to be pulling out the zodiac runes to see what zodiac signs you might be dealing with. But right away, we have the Mother. Yeah, this person is resonating with mother energy. They're ready to be a mom. They're ready to start something, create something. Sometimes being a mother isn't just about a child, an actual human baby, but it can be a project or a relationship. It can be a path that you're ready to start and nurture. It's the essence of the mother. The mother is the one who's there, who cares, who is willing to put time in. The mother is the spirit that wants to give of herself, that wants to protect, that wants to nurture, that wants to give room for growth. And so this is a beautiful energy along with that Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very authentic, very honest with who she is, honest about what she desires. Oftentimes, this court card energy is somebody who may have been through quite a lot of battles to establish themselves or to establish who they are, right? To break out of any molds that people might be trying to put them in or boxes. Queen of Swords, you know, she requires authenticity from people around her as well. This is the court card for someone who's very careful with the friends that they pick, the people that they have around. You know, she holds herself to a very high standard and she holds everybody else around her to that standard as well. Now, coming in with the Queen of Pentacles and Knight of Cups energy, again, more divine feminine energy, specifically to do with nurturing and building, right? Creating, nurturing, building. Queen of Pentacles is grounded. She's the one who creates the home and the hearth and cooks and makes sure everything is, you know, physically, materially, the space is comforting and a sanctuary. She's the one who builds things from nothing, right? She's the self-made man, self-made woman. Knight of Cups energy, that desire to be wooed and romanced. This person, your next lover is someone who is ready to be not only swept off their feet, but to engage in a connection where they can be their divine feminine self. I wouldn't be surprised if this individual here is the one who's ready for children and a family. So let's get some clarity. I'm going to pull a few more clarifying cards. I like this energy for this reading. I will say, this person is the one who is expecting, they may come to you, right? They may be the one who has that Knight of Cups, but if not, they definitely expect the person to come to them, to sort of sweep them off their feet. Wow, death is there. Interesting. There's a big change. This is a big transformation. This person may have not ever wanted to engage or be in this kind of commitment before. They may have never even wanted to have children or a family before, and now all of that has changed. Let's pull out, for the extended reading, I want to pull out their moon card to see exactly, you know, what is their deepest desire? You know, what is this person's deepest desire? Truly, I get mother vibes, and I'm looking ahead to Spirit of the Rabbit, the kiss. You're ready. We'll put that beautiful feather on top of the extended deck. Yeah, we're talking about somebody here who's ready to be a mother. Let's talk about as well anything that may have changed. I'm going to pull out the Jupiter card. Transformation. Death is all about something ending, but also it's the very, very beginnings of a new stage coming in. Today, for this one, I think I'm going to pull a Jupiter card to see what area is this relationship or this person expanding in, right? So, yeah, this is a big change for them, a big shift for them in their lives, in their outlook. So what connects the two of you? The kiss. Yeah, that physical intimacy. Some of you, listen, I'm going to be real. Some of you are pregnant or going to be pregnant very soon. The kiss is, it's an archetype, right? But it's the archetype for that physical connection that we love to have with someone that we care about, that physical exchange, that physical intimacy, right? vulnerability, right? Laying yourself bare, as it were, right? The physical boundary of ourselves is the most sacred, some would say, right? And we say, well, our spiritual boundary, our emotional boundaries, those are sacred, but people push and pull, we allow people in. But it's that physical boundary of vulnerability when we, are intimate or we are laid bare in front of somebody that we make that deep, deep connection. And so this is what this is all about for this pile. Pile number 3, a physical connection, a building. And for some of you, that connection was all about building a future together. 3 of Pentacles and 6 of Wands. There is a victory here. Okay, some of you wanted children and you're about to have them, and that's the victory. 3 of Pentacles indicates that the connection here is that you both want to work on a longevity here. You both seek a future with each other. I think for some of you, you had that kiss and you got knocked up. I'm going to, I want to keep it real. The energy spirit is letting me know. For some of you, the kiss already happened. And what's unfolding now is the change, the huge transformation, the end of one cycle, beginning of a new cycle. Some of you are absolutely waiting for children. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're moving on to a whole different garden, right? The victory has come in because you wanted it. Some of you, I hear a message, some of you have been trying. I know this is your next lover, and it implies that they may not be your current lover. But in this pile, it talks about not only them being your next lover, but it's like your next lover, your next partner, possibly your next baby mama, daddy, all rolled into one, right? Your next lover very quickly resonating up to a committed family style relationship, one that you want. The victory is there. You got what you wanted. The happiness is there. And as well, 7 of Pentacles, some of you absolutely, taking stock of where you are now in your life and being ready to move on. So I'm going to pull 2 love cards for the extended. I wanted some more information on the love language. So we'll get 2 more love oracles. And then I'm going to pull another oracle from Spirit in a minute. But let's get these 2 love oracle cards to see a little bit deeper. But yeah, there's a family waiting here to be built between the 2 of you. And what does Spirit say about timing? Well, you are ready. You're ready. And this is why I say some of you are already, you're ready. Some of you are already there. If you're resonating with this, please sound off in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Spirit of the rabbit, spirit of air. Yeah, fertility, sex, springtime, it's all happening. Spirit of air, clarity, awareness, truth. Some of you are getting that test back and it's saying, yup. 2 lines. Plus, I feel it strong. Love is in the air. But now listen, for those of you where actual children are not involved, it could be adoption. It could be fostering. It could just be the creation of this new relationship being a very physical relationship, a very connected relationship. And somewhere along the line, that is very different to how it was before. So let me go ahead and pull an oracle card. Yeah, I might pull, and I'm going to pull one more clarity card for that death. Let's see. We have the oracle card from Spirit to see what guidance there is. And I just want to pull one more before we get to the zodiac signs for that clarity on what has really shifted here so much. Because death is a big transformation. It's a big world, right? Something came to an end. So a connection here came to an end. This person you're dealing with here, something needed to end. A cycle in their life needed to end. This cycle may have something to do with a job, a relationship, a place that they live. This is a very specific ending to a cycle in their lives. So it's something more than just, a breakup of a relationship. Something has fundamentally changed for them. some part of their life that maybe was in the way of having a family for some of you. If there was fertility issues, you've broke through that challenge for some reason. Something about some stagnant stage here in this person's life has come to a full end, and it's coming to an end, and is quickly coming to an end if it isn't already. But it's also part and parcel of their destined path. There's nothing that would have stopped it, or it's not like, oh well, if I had met them sooner. This needed to play out on its own divine timeline. When the world comes in and lets you know that you are on your path, you are aligned with the path you're supposed to walk. And so anything that shifted or changed or come to a close, which world also indicates chapters coming to a close and being ready for a new chapter, especially with that death card there, scorpionic energy, that means this is very much a karmic cycle coming to an end for them. And thus a very specific fated destined karmic cycle beginning here with you. All right, let's go ahead and pull out the zodiac runes. Don't forget to join me on Saturday at 5 o'clock for the live stream All Signs Love Check-In, where I'll be checking in on all the zodiac signs, and we'll be pulling spirit answer cards for questions for each of the signs. Leo, some of you are dealing with a Leo. Oops. But Leo there. Leo's jumpy. Leo's fiery this month. All right. Some of you are dealing with that Libra energy. Some of you are dealing with Aries. More fire. Aries in the house. Oh, Leo, Libra, Aries. And finally, for this and the final pile for today's pick a card, some of you are dealing with that other air sign of Gemini. So 2 air, 2 fire. These are the zodiac signs associated with this reading. Could be zodiac signs associated with your natal chart, your person's natal chart. Could be sun, moon, rising, Venus, or Mars. Doesn't always have to be your sun sign. So thank you so much for joining me. As I say, don't forget to join me for the live stream on Saturdays at 5 o'clock. If you got something out of this reading, why don't you go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell. You can be notified whenever I premiere my pick a cards or whenever I'm live streaming. If you like this video, give it a like. If you want to go a little bit deeper into this story and dive a little deeper into the energy surrounding this individual and some more guidance from spirit, you can follow me in the extended, which is linked in the description below. But apart from that, I just want to tell you all thank you so much for joining me. I wish you love, life, and happiness, and I hope to see you back at Bow and Arrow Tarot for your next pick a card reading. Bye bye now.